better get ready. Oh no. Oh, oh, oh.
Welcome to Qadash Farm, where we believe that preparation is the key to reparations. Well, today we're going to talk about executing the plan. This is a continued version. What kind of property will you be looking for in detail? Well, today I want to talk about some things you're definitely going to need when you choose the right property for you and your family. One thing you should think about first is education. See, determining how far you are from the city will determine, does buses, if I have small children, do buses run to where I want to move? If buses don't run to where you want to move, then you're going to have to drive your child into the city if you want them in public school. Then again, the other option is to homeschool, right? Does your job, or will you be able to provide income and still be able to homeschool your children where they don't need to catch a bus if it's available, or it won't impact your job if you're driving them back and forth to school? Education is very important. You got to think about it. Now, here's another important thing. Here's something else. Water. Water. Does the city water run to the property? Do you even want city or some kind of rural pumping water system to your property? Or does your property have wells on it where you have access to your own source of water? Do you have ponds or lakes? How will the animals, if you get them, how will they, what will they have to drink? What will they drink from? Are you going to go to the faucet on the house and fill up tankers to drive out to the middle of a field for them to have water? Or are you going to run 300-400 hoses? You know what? Water hoses are very expensive. So for every 100 feet, I mean, it's getting very expensive to buy water hoses, good quality water hoses that can withstand temperature. That's going to be very expensive to run hoses from your faucet on your home all the way to the field. So you definitely want to think about water resources for the animals. Maybe multiple ponds, one for the animals, fence off another one for emergencies for the family. Maybe you stock that with some fish. It's so many things you got to think about when you want a property. Here's another one. Fencing. Fencing is very, very expensive. It's not like in the city you go buy a cheap chain link fence and throw it up, and it may or may not keep your dog in and keep people out, right? But when you get into the rural community, into the country, you're thinking about keeping, there's a certain fence that'll keep horses and cows in, but it won't keep sheep and goats in, right? And smaller animals. It won't keep your dogs in. Like, there's different types of squaring on the panels, right? It's so much that goes into the type of fencing that you buy, right? Fencing is also a deterrent for people just walking onto your property. Or if you put a gate up, people just driving up to your front door without announcing themselves. That type of security and having fencing on your property will be very, very key. Look for properties that are already fenced, maybe already have a gate, right? And then here's another thing. When you choose your property, do you just want land? So if you get land, then you got to develop everything. You got to put the driveways in. You got to lay the foundation where the house is going to be. You got to have somebody come out and trench for the plumbing. You got to have the electric company come out and put up poles and run electrical lines. It's so much that comes into it, right? So there's people that say, hey, I just want to get some land. I'm going to throw a trailer on it. Okay, that's fine, but you still have to have a driveway to get to the trailer. When it starts to rain out in the country, you might not be able to get your vehicle out because you would have moved from the city to the country. Now you got this city car and it doesn't have four-wheel drive and you can't get out the mud, right? You press that gas a little hard and you are stuck. So these are all kind of things you want to think about when planning your move, right? Let's stop right here and let's think about everything that I spoke of. So we got a realtor. The realtor is going to ask you, what are you looking for and what do you want? So this is just part of the things that I would list. And I mean, there's no end to the count. Whatever you want at your property, you want to tell that realtor up front and see if they could get the majority of that initially. You want them to go look for all of these things. You want them to think like you're thinking when they're choosing a list to give you. Well, that's my time today. I thank you for joining me here at Qadash Farm, where we believe that preparation is the key to reparations. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty if you move to the country. You're gonna have to have the right mindset, the right purpose. You're gonna want to be educated. You may need a realtor if you don't have the skill set to find the properties yourself, or if it's not passed down in the family. But these are just some things that I found on my journey. I hope it's helpful to you. I hope I said something that that you can add to your list of things as you're on your journey. Until we see each other next time, y'all bless.
Oh, you gotta get ready. Oh no.